Relationships are funny that way. They need to honor the people who are involved and where those people are on their journey, as well as they need to evolve. The relationship itself needs to evolve as the people do. Back in the old days, before the church got a hold of marriage, it used to be done in a very different way. So institutionalized marriage, where everything is committed non-stop, perpetually, forever until you die, that's actually not that old. It's within 1,000 years that institution has existed. Previous to that, most societies around the world, their version of marriage was much more fluid. And by that, I mean what we refer to as handfasting. With handfasting, you make a contractual agreement. There's 3 elements to it and a term to the contract. The term to the contract is usually a year and a day, 3 years and a day, 7 years and a day, whatever it is you agree to. And essentially, when you commit your vows aren't until death do us part, or even lifetimes beyond that, as some people have done. Instead, the term of it is, for the next 3 years and a day, I promise to show up in this way. It's built on 3 different elements. Who am I and what do I need right now? Who am I recognizing you as and what am I offering you? And what are we agreeing to do together? When you consider those 3 different aspects of a relationship, it becomes a negotiation. And as each person evolves, so too does the negotiation. So too does the contract. And so marriage actually used to take that into consideration, that we are evolving beings whose needs and offerings are constantly changing. And so the relationships, the contracts, the agreements within that relationship also need to be constantly evolving and changing in honor of who we are and what we need at that time in our story, both for ourselves and for our partner. And maybe every time you renegotiate, it's the same agreement you come to. And maybe every time it's different. Keep in mind that every person is entirely unique and your relationships are entirely unique. And that's why, as we approach these conversations, in large part, we are referring to concepts, we're referring to options, and we'll present a myriad of options as we go. And it's not because I'm non-committal, it's because we are trying to acknowledge the fact that you are a unique being who has unique needs. And you're in a relationship with another unique being who has unique needs. And so we're trying to teach you how to negotiate that for yourself, what to even look out for, and what your options are moving forward, so that you can be equipped to find your own way that is unique and authentic to you and honors who you are and where you are in your story. One of the reasons why relationships are very different now than they used to be, and divorce is very different than it used to be, is because when you take the pressure of time off of the contract, it actually makes it more likely that you're going to renew the contract. When you commit and agree to forever being locked in this way as this person, it's almost impossible for you to live up to that standard without compromising yourself, without withholding yourself. When we move beyond that, we get into a whole different side of the story where as you evolve, there is room for growth for both parties and for the relationship itself. And so by renegotiating every so often, it's more likely to have a successful, healthy relationship that honors both people, whether they're growing or not. It's kind of beautiful when you think about it that way.